Hello, how are you today? I'm doing good. Are you okay? I just wanted to talk to you about some things that I notice in my head. I'm always thinking about art stuff and music stuff and people stuff. I have a lot of time to think about stuff while I paint. Because painters, that's what we do. That's what artists do. We think and we paint about all kinds of stuff. Philosophies, the reason why things, meaningful stuff, meaning behind paintings, all kinds of shit like that. We like to think of reasons, you know, and we like to procrastinate. So in that procrastination, I drink tea and we think about art stuff, right? Think about all the things. So one of the things I was thinking about was actually two things I've been thinking about was like, what is the reasoning and thought process behind buying art, behind the buying of art. Ooh, look at that art! I want to buy it. You know that. And then why people take things from other cultures that have meaning and then do it themselves as a trend, not as a meaningful thing, not as like, oh, I have this thing because in another culture it means this thing, so I'm adopting the meaning. No, it's like they take the thing and then they just make it a trend or make it look good, you know. And there's a lot of examples of that. The banjo, that's the one right there. Anyways, yeah, the banjo's from Africa. Anyways, the first thing I wanted to talk about was art and who buys art and what are they buying it for, right? So I see a lot of people talking about this subject. It comes across my feed, especially yesterday. For some reason, everyone was talking about who buys art, right? So who buys art? Well, obviously people with money. Or maybe they're trading food for it. That'd be cool. Or like, something of value, of equal value. I'm not here to talk about how to price your art. That's a whole other thing. And that's, deeply personal. But it could not be also. Anyways, getting back to who buys art. Okay, people with money, right? Okay, we got that. But what do they buy it for? Right? What do they buy it for? Some people buy art because of one simple thing. It matches their couch. I call that decor art, right? And that just matches your decor. Goes along with it. Same style, same. And then there's people who see art and how good it is and the high quality and the time they took up. The artist put gloves on and make sure to document the whole thing. There's like proof and it's all like it's very professional. And then that person might buy that art and they think, oh, this artist is going somewhere and it'll appreciate, and then after so many years I could sell it and make some money off of it. Right? Or it's like a status thing for them. So, people come over, look at this piece of art I bought. It's all lit up and everything. No meaning. Which is fine. Art doesn't have to have meaning. It can be pointless. It could be meaningless. It could just be. That's it. That's fine. So those are two things. Those are like the two modes of buying art. And then there's someone who's like, oh my God, what is this? And they connect with it. They like travel all the way across the festival to see it. They like look at it really closely, look at how it's done, ask the artist all about it, and they're just in love with the piece and they have to have it. That's another person who buys art. But then there's someone who sees you making the art in a public space and they enjoyed that space. Maybe it was a festival, maybe it was a show, something, and they saw it happen, and it's like a souvenir. It's like part of the moment. I was there when this was created. There's another person who buys art. But then there's the person who puts their meaning into the art, right? You get a commission. Paint my great grandmother. Paint my kid. Paint my animal. Paint my pet. Like, this is a commission. They're asking you to do it in your style. So, then there's that. And that is a very rare and small amount of people. The people that want commissions is not like everybody. I mean, I think everyone would like a commission, but a lot of people don't know what they want. You know, you have to tell them what they want. So, which one of these people are you? Because I'm looking. And no, my art is not going to appreciate and value. There's no certificate of authentication. I'm not like super professional trying to pay off my student loans kind of guy. I just want art to go to homes that appreciate it. That's it. And I would love to keep cash alive, right? Let's keep it the cash alive. Or trade. Like trade. But in person. I don't want to use the post office to send art out to a random stranger. I'd love to meet you, right? I'd love to shake your hand and look you in the eye and hand you some art and give you some extra pieces of art or talk about it. Tell you the deeper meaning of why I did it. Or to tell you that there is no meaning. It's something. I need a connection. I don't need to randomly sell art to strangers. I want to know who likes the art and who wants the art, right? So the other thing is this. The other thing I want to talk about is this. What the heck does it mean when you have this pierced right here? This thing right here, you just look like a bull to me. That's all I see. I see somebody pulling you around. Give me that. That's all I see. For some reason, my subconscious mind and the symbolism of that nose piercing right there. I mean, my brother has, everybody has it. So many people have that piercing. And all I see is cattle. Why do I only see cattle? I mean, I get it means something to you, but do you know it means something in other cultures? Like, how about this little ring right here, or the piercing right here? You know that means that you're married? Like in another culture, that means you're married. Like, I never understood taking something from someone else's culture and doing it to yourself without the same meaning. Like, okay, does it have any meaning? Or is it just a trend? Is it just because it looks cool and everybody else is doing it and you want to fit in? Is that it? Because if that's the truth, then just say it. I'm just trying to fit in over here. Like, I never fell for the tattoo things. I'm an artist and I don't really want tattoos. I don't, for me to put something on my skin, it has to have some kind of meaning. I gotta have a reason to damage that mycelium network of vein or stuff. That's that white stuff under your skin that helps you heal. Every time you tattoo yourself, you're destroying that. You're breaking that barrier, that boundary. So it takes longer to heal. But hey, to each their own. I wear clothes that are covered in paint, and I get dirt on everything and paint on everything. I mean, some people are a lot tidier, I guess. I don't know. This is me rambling because I'm having caffeine this morning. An artist's favorite drink. It's, many cultures have used it, and now I'm using it for rambling abilities. I think it activates my throat shackles. Shackles. Same thing. Anyways, have a good day. Make some art. Make it meaningful or not. You don't have to put meaning into it. But it seems like that's what people want, right? Meaning. Everybody's looking for meaning in the next podcast and the next video. What does it all mean? What does it all mean? It means whatever you want it to mean. It means you should probably meditate on that. You should probably you shouldn't probably do anything. Right? Nothing is the best. Just do nothing. Just sit there and relax. Explode the light out your head and enjoy life.